Yeah, we saw two different pitchers today. When he came out in the fourth, he finally established his fastball, started using his fastball. And when he did that, it was night and day different. And after giving up the three there, started really using the inside part well, and he struck out 7 of his last 10, and really located well, but didn't trust it early on. And once he did find it, it was really impressive. I thought he finished there in the 6th better than any other inning. The ball was jumping out of his hand. He had everything working, but it just took him a while to get to his heater.
For him to adjust mid-game, I know he's done that a few times this season, but how big of a step in the right direction is that for him?
Yeah, it is a step in the right direction, but this is also conversation we've had before about the importance of using this fastball to make the other pitches better, instead of thinking the other way around, that you're going to use all your off speed, and that's going to establish a fastball. Every one of these guys, they're going to need to have that faith and trusting their fastball. And it was a great job of making the adjustment, because we were about ready to get somebody loose for him in the 3rd, and for him to be standing out there in the 6th and give us a chance, it's a great adjustment. So don't get me wrong there. It's just from the outset, that's something that it just needs to be a part of their game plan. Every single night they take the rubber.
Unworthy.
Hey, Mike, that adjustment you're talking about for Kris, is that maybe partially just the fact that he's faced this lineup so many times, and maybe overthinking just how to attack these guys, and not going fastball right away and going with other things?
You just don't see many pitchers in this league that shy away from their fastball at all first time through the lineup, and then have some success. I mean, you're going to obviously use your secondary pitches, but this is something that we've had conversations about, and it's easier said than done as far as execution. My problem wasn't the execution of it; it was non-use of it. There was one particular time where I think went 10 off-speed pitches in a row, and that's not necessarily the style pitcher that Kris should be. The stuff he had today, he very easily could have been standing out there in the 7th with 0 runs on the board, had he gone and attacked the way that he did in the 4th inning. And he obviously had a better feel for his fastball later, but he didn't give it a chance to find it until there was already some damage done.
And offensively with Cease, was that just a matter of, or I guess, how much of that do you think was maybe guys being anxious, or was that just him getting ahead and forcing guys to expand as far as the number of strikeouts?
He elevated, and then other guys he used his off speed quite a bit with as well, and he had the mix. It wasn't one thing he was doing. He faced each guy differently and gave him a different look, and didn't make a lot of mistakes in the middle of the plate. When he did, we got into 2 balls, ended up flying out to the wall. Those were really the only shots we had. Had a bloop single and nothing after that until Doge hits a triple. He controlled counts and did enough to keep us off balance with the off speed.
And with Benny, I guess they're saying strain. I mean, I guess, what's your sense of how bad that's looking right now? And I think it was just that he basically got stretched while, holding on to the bag as his momentum was going past.
It just got twisted in the wrong direction. And trainers were very encouraged, as he walked off the field. We had just a bad feeling in the gut on that one. Didn't look right at all. The fact that it wasn't dislocated, or whatever the proper term is, was a surprise, a very good surprise. So we'll have to see how he looks tomorrow. But by the end of the day, and just a few minutes ago, some of the strength was coming back and some of the mobility. I'm feeling he's going to be pretty sore, but we're really fortunate that that wasn't a displaced shoulder.
Alex?
Yeah, Mike, just how jarring has it been to kind of see Kyle struggle the way he has given how good he looked for a long time, kind of anchoring the pen at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, he was off to a really good start, and just in a tough spot right now. I'm trying to give him rest at times, get him work, but he needs to get on the mound when he feels healthy. And that just wasn't anything like what we've seen Zim do all season. He's been so good for us, and he'll get back there. We just got some work to do.